38 miles an hour is the claimed top speed on this dual motor 2,000 watt fat tire electric bike. It's got full suspension and runs on 48 volts with the 25 amp hour battery pack. They claim it can do 50 to 85 miles of range. It's called the Freesky Warrior Pro M-530, and today we're gonna review it. MSRP is $2,549, currently on sale at the time of this recording for $1,849, and the link below this video in the description box. Check that link out to see what the current price is, but don't buy it just yet. We gotta review it first. First thing that's different on this one is it appears it has some reflective things on the spokes. What is not different is the typical Chow Yang 26 by 4 inch knobby tread tires. It is a dual motor bike, so we get the hub motor on front, branded Freesky. There's all the numbers on it. Get another reflector over here and a 180 millimeter brake rotor. Here's the goods that comes out of the box. A little bit different kind of frame style than usual. It is full suspension. We have a Fast Ace basic shock here. There are no adjustments on it. However, we do get adjustments on the seat, which, speaking of seat, look at this thing. It's got a pretty cool color. I think it looks good with the green. They do have multiple color options on this bike in the link below the video. Definitely looks like a big, wide, squishy seat. Full of a bunch of springs on the back too. And speaking of back, you get another hub drive motor on the rear. 7 gears on the cassette. Shimano tourney derailleur. No derailleur guard on it. There might be one in that box though. We do get some eyelets to mount maybe a rear rack or something here. Double wall on the chain ring. And dual crown fork up front. We shall have adjustments on the compression as well as a preload adjustment. And in addition to the keys to remove the battery, it appears we might have an NFC unlock for the display. Battery is semi-frame integrated, drops out the bottom. Listed as 48 volts, 25 amp hours, 1200 watt hours of energy. Website states Samsung cells. Scale reveals it weighs 13.2 pounds. Front wheel goes on kinda unique. The whole thing drops in and those go on the inside. So that is a closed loop that prevents it from spinning, prevents the motor from ripping the wire out of here. Then you get one of these for each side. So it's not an axle that goes all the way through. Just tighten these down on both sides. And it's got the S4 4-piston hydraulic brakes grabbing onto the 180 millimeter brake rotor. Typical metal well-go pedals. And the dual 48 volt 22 amp controllers reside inside this box, as listed on the spec sheet. It's got a big old headlight up front and a minimalist fender. And around back you get the same minimalist fender that would attach onto the seat. I'm not putting this thing on. I just don't really like the look. They kind of flop around. Since I weigh 195.6 without the bike, and standing on the scale picking up the entire bike, I weigh 275.8. That means the bike weighs 80.2 plus battery 13.6. So whatever that is, here it is. And going back to the battery, the charger they give us is a 3 amp charger, 25 amp hour battery. 25 divided by 3 would be how long it would take the battery to charge from completely empty to completely full. So around 8-ish hours. There is a switch on the battery. Don't forget to turn it on before you load it up on in here. Bottom side of the display has a USB-C charger for your cell phone. Actual display comes equipped with the little protector there. That's kind of satisfying to remove. And turning it on with the power button here. Oh, password. But we have these. Will that unlock it? What? No. Try that again. Password. All right, we're gonna have to check the manual probably. Hand grips are faux leather that match the seat. Looking clean. We have a horn. Throttle on the left. Controls. Light switch. Doesn't let you use it without the password. 7-speed Shimano shifter. And semi-log hydraulic brake levers for the 4-piston hydraulic brakes. Not really seeing it at first glance, but it does tell us to get the key disp app. So I already have this app. It's a pretty common one on e-bikes. So let's give it a try here. Guessing into that one. Cool. Worked, I guess. Let's see if the turn light thing on works. Yes, not. It's actually dimming the display, so it's like working, but that light is like not, I don't know, connected? Apparently the battery's at 58% and you can change your pedal assist level. Can we floor it from here? Guess I was thinking that was gonna help me get it unlocked. I don't know what the password is. Wait, does this work now that I have the key disp app? It says that on here, key disp. Well, I'm not seeing the password in there. I'll email support or check their website. So let's take a look at the size of this thing. It actually doesn't look too big for a fat tire e-bike. Seat is on minimum height. I'm 6'5", inseam 34, hopping aboard. Seat is interesting, feels different than a lot of bikes. Seems comfy. Here's what my pedal stroke looks like. We have flat bars on this, kind of like mountain bike style. And seat on maximum height, not like a ton of adjustment there. You can see the seat post, if you put a super long seat post on there, like this is a short seat post. If it was really long, it could come down and hit that suspension. But you could swap it out for a longer seat post if you wanted a longer one. If you wanted to be taller than this, which is the max height, here's what I'm looking like on here. So if I wanted this bike to fit me, I would probably want a higher seat post. There's what my pedal stroke looks like. Now, if we can just get this thing to turn on. All right, dudes, let's check out the Freesky Warrior. It's gonna be important that we check our range on that 25 amp hour battery pack with these dual 1000 watt motors. Might burn through that kind of quickly, the way I ride. We shall see. I was kind of messing up. Like, you don't turn it on to, like, here's how you do the NFC thing. You basically just put it right there. That's it. That's all you do. It's pretty sweet. And then if you want to turn it off, you do that too. So you don't turn it on first like I was doing, because then it'll ask you for a password, and then I'm not really sure. However, I did reach out to Freesky. They got back to me immediately. PW, if my memory serves me correct, so cool. So either way, you can get in there. Oh, cool. It shows us our power output there. There's watts, miles, so trip and odometer, and you can tab through that stuff. Pretty typical. Probably hold the I button. We'll switch our drive modes. Yeah, so you can do front motor. So I saw that move the watts from there to there. So it shows watts on each motor. That's pretty cool. So dual motor, double zap. That's the high power one. And then that's your 3 modes. Well, let's give them a try. And you'll be seeing that on Juice Joy Rides very soon, if it's not already on there. Check out my little Venus flytrap. I'll show you what the headlight is like going through here. Pretty bright headlight, planned way too high. All right, let's see how it does on 20% grade. I'm gonna run it on rear motor only for starters, and I weigh 200 pounds. We can see the watt meter right there, just barely, probably on the GoPro. I can see it just fine. Just one motor, rear motor. Let's see how it does. Feels pretty torquey. And it's gonna be able to do it on its own, showing just over 1000 watts of power there. And I always like to switch it over to front motor. Let's just see how it does. Front motor generally has a little harder of a time. Just on its own, front motor showing 500 watts, 800 watts, 1100 watts, 1000 watts. So on front motor, it can actually get us up to 20% grade, no pedaling. Cool, brakes are feeling pretty good, not quite bedded in. So now, dual motor, ready, go. So it kind of eases on the power there, just, oh my goodness, until the front motor had a little bit of a delay, and wow. All right, yeah. That's kind of weird, the front motor, oh yeah, what an interesting power delivery mechanism there. That's kind of fun, yeah. We're gonna have to feel this out here. So thumb throttle is on the left, and probably the most significant thing about today's review compared to most is just how freaking hot it is out here. Let me see what the temperature says here. 86 degrees over here in West LA. That is like way above normal. Like, it's almost always 75 is like the very maximum. So it is feeling quite hot out here. Let's see if the GoPros can hang. GoPros tend to overheat. I don't have too much trouble over here on the west side. So let's see, what do we got going on here? We're gonna turn that headlight off so you can see that display a little better. And I just wanna try this power delivery. So it's rear motor, oh my. That is really interesting. It's like they have a little delay on the front motor, and like you get like decent power off the line, and then like all of a sudden, like, you just check out these numbers here. It's just like chill. Afterburners, turbocharger. Oh, that's fun, and a little jolting on pedal assist 5. What if we bump it down to like pedal assist 1 on dual motor? Will it still do the same on throttle? Yeah, it will. Always gotta check out the polarized lenses. Can you see it through them? Yes. We make people with 43 followers feel like influencers. Okay, cool. And first thing, hopping on this bike, I'm gonna switch it on to rear motor now, and we're gonna try the drive modes out a little bit, just pedaling. Size of this bike is on the smaller size of, you know, what a 26 by 4 inch fat tire e-bike can be. Like, the handlebars, are kind of low, and the seat is kind of low too, and I do have it on the maximum seat height. So if you're tall, you probably want to put a longer seat post on this, but it will limit how far you can drop that seat post down because of where the shock is. And let's just start on pedal assist 0, gear number 1. This is a heavy bike. Would not want to pedal this with no pedal assist. Pedal assist 1, is it a torque sensor or cadence sensor? I actually don't know. Yeah, ramps on that power nice and easy. Single motor, 10 miles an hour. I'm gonna put on about gear 3, feels natural. Oh, pedal assist 2 kicks right on. We definitely have a cadence sensor with no regard to how hard you're pressing on those pedals. I'm actually not putting any power to the chain, so that'll take us to about 16, 17 miles an hour, and we're on top gear. This feels like a fine cadence. Still try pedal assist 3, rear motor, so I can tell this is gonna be a powerful bike because we're just on one motor, and yeah, we're going pretty good here already. 4-piston hydraulic brakes, not even bedded in, feeling pretty good. And on single motor, using the throttle there, you don't quite, you get strong acceleration, but not like that ridiculous feel that I got, off the line at the parking garage. And let's see what kind of delay we're working with here. So not pedaling power. So about not much of a delay at all. There is, just half seconds. So 21, I can keep up. Probably wouldn't want to pedal too much faster in this. Let's try pedal assist 4 now. And yeah, it's getting away from me at about 27. I'm not putting any power in anymore. Wow, this thing is feeling mighty fast though, actually. Black Cybertruck there. Let's just throw it on pedal assist 5, single motor. Pretty solid performance for just a rear motor. My goodness, dude. We're going 31 miles an hour on one motor. All right. I don't know, dude. This is not a sticker. So this little warning label, I think it's just on there, man. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. So I just switched it over to front motor now, and we're gonna feel it out. I left it on gear number 7. So we'll do a little throttle off the line, and pedal assist 5, front motor. Should feel a little bit less powerful. It is showing 1150 watts on the power meter there, and I'd have to say, yeah, it just feels a little bit slower than the rear motor. Why is that? Like, why does, when you have a front motor, it feels less powerful than the rear motor? I don't understand. I'm guessing they're running the same controller and motor on both front and rear wheel. I guess just the difference between, like, pushing the bike or pulling the bike. So we're front wheel drive only, honestly. Like, I don't think this would be about all the power you'd really need. I mean, for commuting or whatever. I'll leave it on front motor off-roading. Probably shouldn't do that, but just want to feel the suspension out. Suspension is okay. There's no adjustments on the rear. It's fine. Like, it's like a medium firmness. It's not like super firm, and it's not super soft either. So they're probably doing all right on that. Hopping over here into traffic, still on front wheel drive. I'm just gonna mash down the throttle on front wheel drive. Oh, so throttle will actually cut you off at 20. You gotta pedal, which is how the class 3 e-bikes should work. After 20, shouldn't be able to operate them on throttle only. And that's how this one works. Front motor is getting us up to 31, 32 miles an hour here, but yeah, I can just barely keep up rotating my legs, so I'm just ghost pedaling now. Into headwind, front motor. Go ahead and take the lane here with my full-size e-bike. No turn signals, not that matters. Do people even look for signals on bikes? I gotta switch this thing over to dual motor. Yeah, we're on dual motor now. Oh gosh, are you really gonna stop, bro? Oh, he's trying to get over to the right. That's a crazy man in the MX-5 there. Crazier than this dude riding the bike. So let's try, we're on dual motor here, throttle only. Yeah, cuts you off at 20 with throttle, that is. Going around the corner, the way we were feeling that front motor pull, better be careful so it doesn't slide out on us. Oh goodness. It's gonna be a fun day today, dude. I guess at this price point, there's a lot of good options out there right around the 2K price point. So is this the one for you? I don't know. Hopefully this video today will help make up your mind. And if so, I do have that link down below the video in the description box. If you want to help support the reviews, get the best price on the bike, just click on that link before you do buy it. Seat, I like the seat. It's exceptionally wide and has like a pretty good shape to it. I like it. Just doesn't really come up quite high enough for me. We'll live. All right, we're gonna do a little 0 to 20 acceleration. Now that front motor doesn't kick on quite right away. It will help it prevent from like just spinning out like real bad. Give this a try here. Ready, go. So yeah, it kind of eases on the power and then launches all at once. So I guess that was 20 when it kicked off there, and there's all the people over there. Let's try that one more time. I'm gonna rotate my legs a little bit because it just gives you like a hard cutoff right at 20. So ready, go. And then I'm not putting any power in. Oh yeah. 21. Woo. Yeah, this thing pulls, man. This thing pulls pretty hard. Pretty solid for a 48-volt electric bike, come to think of it. When they say 2,000 watts, sometimes, you know, sometimes companies will say 2,000 watts, and it's like, is it really though? I'd have to say, yeah, this one is like a legit 2 kilowatts. I have to say, I'm not really a fan of the throttle cutting off at 20 though. I don't know if we can get into the settings and change that. Maybe we'll try it in a little bit. One other thing I want to check here is I'm gonna throw it on like pedal assist 1. Does the throttle work beyond? Yeah, it just gives you everything, but on dual motor, it'll hold you right at 11 on the dual motor, and then basically your second speed you get is 16. So with the cadence sensor pedaling, you're either going to be going 11 or 17, 16-ish, or pedal assist 3, boom, that brings you up to 22, and we'll get a top speed run in here in a moment. Oh, that's kind of dangerous. And we're gonna go try it on the sand here in a few where it should do good, but let's get a top speed run in, full throttle. Boom, at about 10 miles an hour, it just, oh, then it kicks off your power at 20, and then ghost pedaling completely, not keeping up. This is the motors all on its own, 34, 35, chill out there. We're gonna pass the Tesla, I guess, and showing 40 on the onboard, holy smokes. And 35 according to my GPS, so what is with the discrepancy there? 35, it's stuck at 35. On my GPS, and it's showing 41 on the onboard. Huh, that was interesting. Brakes feel pretty good. I kind of want to try that again. Like, was my GPS lagging? There's a bit of a discrepancy there. So let's just ghost pedaling, ghost pedaling, ghost pedaling. 31, 35, 36. So it's showing 35 on the GPS. Pretty solid, dude. Very torquey feeling bike though. Like, I mean, the dual motors, like, it just gets you up there pretty quickly. Let's see what I can do into headwind, actually. I bet you can hit top speed into headwind. Yeah, the wind like hits me so much harder going this way because it's blowing just a couple of miles an hour in this direction. But we're overtaking the 250 HD there, showing 33 into headwind, 34. So I couldn't see like what the watt meters were saying there, but basically, oh yeah, 1,500 watts on the rear motor it's showing, and 1,100 watts on the front. I'm gonna slow it down and then speed it up. 1,400, 1,500. Yeah, that's a pretty serious wattage just outputting, man. This thing is a little bit more powerful and faster than I was expecting. Now, the Achilles heel on this bike, riding it like this, I will say, is definitely going to be that battery. It says 100% on there still, which definitely cannot be true. But 48 volt, 25 amp hour, whatever the watt hours of that is. Hey Siri, what's 48 times 25? 1,200 watt hours, and this thing is running like over 2,000 watts. So like if you rode it that fast, you could drain this battery to 0 in like 30 minutes or so. It's literally just watt hours divided by watts, and that's, you're left with your hours, you know, a little 5th grade math lesson for you. Man, that breeze from the ocean has never felt better. We're gonna get out there and try it in the sand in a few. Just rip it a little bit here. I'm trying to get that front tire to kick in. Kick in, kick in, kick in, kick in. You see the delay on the front motor? I think they probably do that so the front wheel doesn't like spin out on you like real bad right from the beginning. Let's see what happens if we try and go up this. Oh yeah, I can do it. I don't know like what the front motor is doing though, really. It's doing enough though, I'll tell you that. Oh my goodness, look at the size of this hole. I don't want to hit that. So from a stop though, yeah, that's really interesting how it just doesn't give you access to that front motor right away. Big old tires on the sand are the best. And the handlebars are a little bit lower, so I feel like it gives you like a little more control over the bike. Look at this little doggy chilling. Hello, buddy. Kind of puts you in a slightly less relaxed riding position compared to like some BMX risers or something, but kind of gives you a little more control of that front wheel. So let's go ahead and try this little section here. Full throttle, no pedaling. Yep. Plenty of pull power there and peeling out the front wheel, and suspension going over all this stuff. Like I was saying, you know, it's not the most premium suspension, but gets the job done. For now, I don't know how long it'll hold up. I guess one complaint I kind of have with this bike is the throttle. I'm not really a big fan of the thumb throttles. I prefer the twist throttles, preferably full twist throttle. Quarter twist throttle secondary to that. These ones, I don't know, man, they kind of just make my thumb muscle get a little irritated. First world problems. Dude, what is this thing over here? It's like a mini can of ham. Chilling over here right in front of the tourist trap. Got the gas bikes out here chilling. Watch your fingers. All right, so we're gonna try it on the sand. Typically what I do is I go down this boardwalk and I turn off left because the wind usually is blowing a little bit this way. There's actually absolutely no wind right now. But today, since I just know this thing is gonna do all right in the sand, we're just gonna go into the headwind. The wind always blows out of the north over here, and yeah, we're ripping. We're on 20 PSI on the tires, and we're just gonna ride out here through like volleyball land just a little bit. It is putting out, hard to read with all the shaking going on here, but it's saying 1500 watts on that rear motor, and I'm gonna tuck down here to take a peek at, say about 1100 watts on the front motor. So yeah, we're just absolutely cooking basically. Let's just ride like over here, see how it holds up. Whoa, so these tall wheels do like really good like gripping, allowing you to like turn and stuff too. I think we're safe going through here. Yeah, there's no, yeah, this thing is pulling hard for sure. But what I'm saying is the knobby tread and the taller wheels, like as you're turning, like they grip in like pretty good, so you can kind of just shred. Now I don't know how long they can keep pulling this way until like controllers overheat or the motors overheat. The controllers are in that box down there, so I don't know. Oh, I think we might have been on cruise control there. And then when you let off that throttle, it makes you like rebuild your power until you can like get back on it again with the front motor. That was a pretty solid pull though. So can this thing do sand riding? Absolutely it can. We might get out there and whip a bit more. It's still saying 100% on the battery, which there's absolutely no freaking way that is true. We're about 8 miles into this ride. I've been pulling pretty hard. But who knows, maybe this bike can defy the laws of physics. We shall see. And my goodness, dude, there's some pretty nice scooters just chilling here locked up. Those look like Segway, yeah, Segway GT, and yeah, somebody is very trusting, dude. That is like at least a couple $1,000s worth of scooters just sitting there. Came out here to do a little bit of B-roll, but check this out. When I'm on dual motor, I'll just do full throttle and it'll show the power of each motor, and then you'll see the throttle on the front one lag. So ready, go. 15, oh yeah, then the front one kicks on and we are off to the races. This thing can start from a dead stop. Ooh, in the sand, and yeah, not many bikes can do that. So of course we'll give it a try on the 12% California Gray, see how she do. Hey, showing 98% finally. So we might have to get this thing on the voltmeter, see what the actual readout is at the end, because there ain't no way this thing's 98% charged. But let's start out in the spiral section here. This is gonna be 85 feet of vertical elevation gain, and we'll be starting basically from a stop. Full throttle, and front motor will kick on now. And when it do kick on, it kicks on with full force. Woo! So I'm just kind of modulating the throttle here to keep this thing under control. And 10 miles an hour, boom, man, we're pulling now. And 4-piston hydraulic brakes we'll put to test at the most appropriate place. Bottom of the California incline right before we hit this wall, hopefully. Full throttle, full power. 10, 14, wide open. Oh, we got a pedal after 20, so I'm not actually applying any. What's happening here? Oh shoot, we're on pedal assist 1. We're starting this over. Messed up there. All right, so we got the back tire against the wall. I'm just gonna give it a little throttle off the line and then start rotating the pedals, not actually apply any power of my own. But this will allow us to get full power from the bike, 20 miles an hour already. 25. Most bikes don't even hit 20 at the top. 27, 28, still pulling. It says 1500 watts on the back, 11 on the front, 31, 32, 30 on my GPS, so just absolutely freaking cooking. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that, I guess. And this is not a light electric bicycle, so it does have 180 millimeter rotors, 4-piston hydraulic brakes. Going down the California incline, we could probably hit, I don't know, let's see, 35, and we'll give the brakes a bit of a try here because there's people and cyclists, and yeah, they're smooth. I didn't really pull on them all the way, but definitely brings this thing keeps it under control, so good brakes. 4-piston hydraulics. It's pretty typical to see, you know, just regular 2-piston brakes on these sort of bikes. Let's see if we can get down here. We do have a horn. I don't really want to use it. It's a little bit loud. So as I always mention, if you want to get the best range on this thing, keep it under 20. Once you start getting, you know, 25, 30, basically it takes twice as much power to go 30 compared to 20. So you'll burn through your battery twice as fast, go just, you know, 50% faster. That is largely due to wind resistance, and it makes it easy to go 20 on this bike since throttle cuts you off at 20. Just kind of cruise control there. Oh, actually it is legit cruise control. Don't even have my hand on the throttle. We're just, says we're doing about 400 watts on rear motor. Actually, interesting. So I have it on dual motor, but it's showing 0 watts on the front motor and 400 on the rear to hold 20. No pedaling, nothing. Into headwind. Actually 500 watts. So let's give it a little 20 to 0 brake test, starting from 0 here, up to 20 pretty quickly. All right, some brakes I don't think are quite embedded in there. I don't know if I hit 20 or not. Let's do that again. Go. And that's 20. Yeah, pretty solid brakes, man. They feel really smooth, you know, hydraulics. We do have a lot of weight here though, so maybe, you know, a little bit bigger than 180s on the rotors might be beneficial, but no complaints.
Sounds like fun. Yeah, so let me try it.
So this is pretty freaking powerful. This thing goes like 36. It'll give you power on the rear motor right away, but there's a little bit of lag on the front motor.
Oh.
And then once it kicks on though, you're gonna feel it. It's got quite a bit of power. What was your height again?
5'9".
Cool.
Yeah, so this is actually pretty good. Did you adjust this for your height?
I dropped it down for you.
Oh, okay, thanks. That is pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
The pedal assist. Yeah, I'll go that way and then I'll go to the... That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy how the pedal assist works.
Yeah.
It's like when I use electric, it's just kind of nice going, and as soon as you start pedaling, it launches.
I mean, you could turn it down if you want to. Yeah. That was on 5. All right, dude, so we're gonna head home, check the final range. It's saying 89%, so we're gonna have to get it on the multimeter, measure the actual voltage. Share my final thoughts along the way. Looks like list price on this one, they say $25.49, but on sale for $18.49 in the link below the video in the description box. So if you do wanna buy this bike, click on that link down there below the video. Buy through that link because it would help support this channel and also give you the best price. So final thoughts, I mean, for the price, not too bad at all. I mean, this thing pulls pretty hard. I'm not a huge fan of, you know, the delay on the front motor before it kicks in. You might be able to get into settings and change that. Thumb throttle's not, you know, my favorite, but for the price, I mean, what you get for the money is not bad at all. They say it's 2,000 watts, but I mean, I saw this thing pulling like 1,500 on the rear and over 1,000 on the front. So, I mean, this thing might be touching 2,500 watts peak at times. I do wish that throttle would work beyond 20, but that's, you know, kind of a legality thing. Oh, we're on cruise control right now, so that's kind of cool. You don't even have to pedal or anything. I'm gonna whip the brake there and kick that power on with the cadence sensor. So all around, I mean, solid value for the money. Let's go see where we end up on range.
Got it, champion.
What's up, champ?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, dudes, let's get out here and rip around just a little bit more on this sand. Give me full power. That front motor like lagged for a moment. I don't know where it's safe. I think we might have been on cruise control there. So I didn't put that fender on the back. I do feel a little sand kicking up on me, but that is my own fault. I wonder how long I can do this till it turns off. Corona bottle there. Suspension's actually tuned pretty good for riding on the sand, and I wonder if we're on cruise control. Yes, we are on cruise. No, we're not on cruise control. Or wait, are we on cruise? I don't know what just happened. We're still ripping though. This is shredding pretty good, dude. I'm bouncing off that seat, but the seat is actually really comfortable. I mean, this has got to be like a solid like 2-minute rip full throttle out here, dual motor. Oh, and oh my goodness, I thought that was a cliff right there. What was it saying there? 1,400 watts on the back and 1,000 watts on the front. So I mean, that was a pretty solid rip, dude. That doesn't sound good. Hit a little bit of off-roading too while we're at it. Why not? Full throttle. It's a party out here now. See if we can pass this guy. The answer is yes. Mario go-kart shortcut right there, baby. Actually, now it's showing 65% battery, which seems a little more believable. I guess it would be nice if it had a little bit bigger chain ring for high-speed pedaling, and also if you didn't have to pedal beyond 20. Now, as mentioned, this is not good for range, but this bike does like to go fast, and so do I, so it's a match made in heaven. Well, maybe. That might be a bit of an exaggeration. All right, dude, just rolling back into the neighborhood here. It is showing a more accurate readout here now that the batteries get down a bit. Showing 38%, that is much more believable. After half the ride, it was saying like 98%, which there's no way. But that actually feels a lot more in line with the 48 volt, 25 amp hour. And our range is going on 20 miles here in about a tenth of a mile, hour, 28 minutes ride time. Average speed, 13.44 miles an hour, so quite a bit faster than the typical. So I mean, all around, you know, for the price, the on sale price, and the link below this video in the description box, under $2,000, I don't think this is too bad of a value at all. Whoa! Suspension isn't, you know, those premium, but it's fine. If you do want to grab one of these, click on that link down below the video. Use my link. It'll get you the best price and also support my reviews, and I greatly appreciate y'all support. But if this isn't the bike for you, I've got some other cool stuff coming, so check it out. And I guess I should say that was no pedaling really at all. 200-pound dude, pedal assist 5, dual motor, absolutely ripping it. So this will be about the worst case you would see range rise on this bike, which checks out. I mean, 2,000 watts, 1,200 watt-hour battery. Physics cannot lie.